What do we know about these reported VW job cuts then?
For some weeks, the CEO of Volkswagen, Oliver Blume, has been very much emphasizing how the business model for VW essentially wasn't working anymore, which is to develop and build cars in Europe, in Germany, for export worldwide. And the factors behind that are multiple ones. So on the one hand, the Chinese market, which is VW's biggest, is in decline. Local manufacturers there are taking over a lot of the buying appetite, and then in Europe, consumers are also on the back foot, and the company is facing a lot of regulatory burdens. VW, as we know, it's a huge company, and they for many years have been trying to slim down, become more agile, become more efficient. But what's become apparent is that the plans that they made in 2024 are not sufficient to compete with especially the now much more export-focused Chinese manufacturers that are also pushing into Europe.
OK, well, let's see how much these plans get watered down when the Labour representatives get involved. But meanwhile, Elisabeth, you've got Chinese car makers continuing to capture more of the European market, another threat to European car makers.
Yes, absolutely. We reported on the latest figures there, and it's yet another month of record market share for Chinese manufacturers in Europe, pushing for the first time above 10%. That surge has been especially led by hybrid cars, which is interesting in light of the fact that the EU back in 2024 imposed tariffs on fully electric cars. So Chinese manufacturers have apparently been shifting somewhat to offering more hybrid models to consumers, which don't get lobbed with those additional costs for them. And Chinese manufacturers are on a tear because they're able. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, what's the EU going to do to protect European automakers in that case then?
Well, they could also put tariffs on hybrid and plug-in vehicles, and they may be talking about that already. We're not quite sure. We've heard some rumors, but we're not sure. And they could put in place some measures that require manufacturers to make more vehicles in Europe. And the EU is discussing this as part of the Industrial Accelerator Act, and specifically for car makers, they are working through policy proposals on made-in-Europe vehicles. So that would obviously trigger Chinese car makers to make more vehicles here, and we've seen quite a few deals in that regard already. Stellantis, for example, is among them. They've got a deal with their partner Leapmotor to make Opel vehicles in Spain, also including Chinese technology, and also at a plant that Stellantis owns in Spain near Madrid.